Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel if you are new here. My name is Jacqueline. This is Grow Your Pants and this is part of our jungle. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back. He missed me. He loves it. Don't believe his face. He loves it. Oh, I love you. Okay, go. Oh, hi. Welcome back, you guys. So I recently just got home from Texas and I wanted to give you guys, I don't know, just like a little recap on my trip and show you all of the plants that I snagged while I was in Texas, as well as a couple of plants that came in the mail while I was away that David opened up for me. So I guess we're gonna call this my Texas plant haul. I also snagged, if you know, you know. Anyway, so the first place that we went to, all right, let me start from the beginning. Hold on. So I was in Texas for a week. I was there visiting my cousin and her family. Her daughter is turning 2. And I haven't seen her since her first birthday, so I wanted to go and spend some time with them. My cousin, in case you guys missed it, I didn't vlog at all. I was going to. I didn't show you her like at all, but I definitely will one day, I promise, because I think you guys would get a kick out of the way that she talks, because it sounds the same as the way that I talk, and people always get a kick out of that. But my cousin, she's my first cousin. She's more like my sister. We both only have brothers. So we've always grown up very close and we're only 6 months apart, so that helps. And basically was there spending some time with her and also my friend Tessa over at A Cat in the Garden. You guys would have already seen. Lives about a half an hour away from my cousin, and they're both about an hour outside of Austin. So naturally, I wanted to go and see what the plant scene was like in Austin. So Tessa drove us down for the day. We went to this really nice Mexican spot. If you guys are in South Austin and you want to know the name of the place, I'm more than happy to share it with you. It was so good, and it was just a few blocks away from Tillery Street Plant Company and East Austin Succulents. They're all together in one. There's also some construction going on downstairs, so if you hear background noise, that is what it is. I apologize. So this place was huge, which you guys would have seen if you watched my video from yesterday. And the first plant that I picked up at Tillery is this Anthurium Dock Block F2 times Bessier hybrid. So this leaf is the newest leaf out. It was already a little damaged when I bought it, so this literally traveled perfectly, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how I traveled with the plants as well. I just want to show you them first. So really nice, dark, kind of velvety Anthurium that I'm really stoked to have in my collection, because I don't think that I don't have any Dock Block hybrids. I know that. And I may have one Bessier hybrid, but I'm not 100% sure. To be honest with you, if I do, it's a little baby seedling and I have no idea what it's going to look like. So I just had to snag this one. It was only $45. See the price there. It was only $45, and this one I think she said came from Wild Roots, which is another plant shop that's only open on the weekends somewhere in Austin or in that area. I forget exactly what town it was in, but they carry some of their stuff, and we were there on a Friday, so I wasn't able to get to Wild Roots, but it's on my list. I know a few of you mentioned it. It's definitely on the list. Unfortunately, I just couldn't make time to get down there on the weekend, but I do plan on going back to Texas at some point next year, so it's on the list. I will definitely be going, and I would love to also make my way down to the Houston area and check out the plant scene there, because there's lots of plant people in Houston as well. So Austin was so cute though. Oh my goodness. I would live there in a heartbeat. It was so stinking cute and everybody was so nice. So that's the first plant that I snagged. And the only plant that I snagged from Tillery, the next one, I didn't unwrap it yet because I wanted to show you guys how I wrapped it, is this little variegated Gasteria that I got from East Austin Succulents that you would have seen yesterday as well. So I packed this the same way that I would package plant mail. So I went to Michael's and I bought a little bag of floof, and I wrapped it up with some floof and I taped it down, and then I had it wrapped in tissue paper. And then in the tissue paper, I wrapped everything kind of like up in my sweatshirts and stuff like that, and made sure that it was just really padded in my suitcase. I have one of the hardcover suitcases, so nothing would get squished in there. So it was really just making sure the plants were padded enough that they weren't getting crushed by all of my stuff. But most of my stuff is just, it was clothes anyway, so there was really nothing to squish it, if that makes sense. You can definitely do carry-on with your plants if you don't have like carry-on stuff, but I just already had tons of stuff. Cute little variegated Gasteria that I snagged for only $8. I had to bring home a little variegated succulent or cacti because you guys know I love variegated ones. I feel like I want to like collect mostly exclusively variegated cacti and succulents at this point, because I just really love them, but I can't be going around going crazy buying like every cacti that I think is cute. So when I see a nice little variegated one, look at the little baby coming out too, I just have to snag it. And I liked that this one was kind of like minty, but it still has some nice streaks you can see of like different colors of green in there. And Gasteria are just really strange. They're also very easygoing. They don't need a lot of water. You definitely want to water them the same you would other cacti though. I've underwatered these before because they're so rigid that it can be really hard to tell when they need water, but I'm really hoping I can keep this one happy. It's gonna live right up in my west facing window. It's got a couple of babies coming out on each side. You could see this other little baby in here, and I just think it's so cute, and it was only $8. So that one is Gasteria disticha. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Variegated from East Austin Succulents. So they're on the same property. They're just like right next to each other. There's so much to see, you guys. I'm surprised I squeezed all of it into like a 40-minute video. Definitely go and check that out if you haven't seen it yet. So that is everything that I picked up from those places. And then we hopped in the car and we drove over to Pflugerville, which is just a really fun town name. And we went to, oh shoot, what was the name of it? Good and Green and Growing? Green and Growing, I'm pretty sure. That video is over on Tessa's channel. I'll link it up here for you guys if you didn't go and see that one yet. It's weird seeing myself in somebody else's plant shopping video, but it was also really nice to not have to film it. So she filmed that one, and I did pick up some plants there that I showed you guys in that video, but in case you missed it, I wanted to show you them now. So I did snag these. Oh, I left one over there. I left David's plant over there. I gotta go snag it, but I did snag these cute little variegated African violets for myself. So they were $3.94 each, so I had to. These ones traveled okay. You can see they're kind of a little floppy. So these ones I packed, I actually had a mason jar. So my cousin and I visited the silos at Magnolia. I'm pretty sure it's in Waco, Texas. If you guys watch HGTV, you know what I'm talking about. I love HGTV, in case you wanted to know, now you know. So it was really cool to see it in person, and they just had lots of really good food and cute little shops, and it was a beautiful day, so it was just a really nice experience. And I did snag like a sweet tea in a mason jar. So I had this big mason jar, right? There's a purpose to this story. And I decided that I was gonna try and put these plants inside the mason jar. So I kind of filled it a little bit with floof, and I just shoved these in there. So they did get a little wonky, but that's okay, because a lot of these older leaves are gonna come off. You can see the crown of the plant is like bursting with new growth. I find that happens with my African violets a lot of the time anyway when I'm moving them from the store to my home. or repotting them or anything else. A lot of the older leaves kind of just naturally die back, but you get a new explosion of growth from the crown of the plant, and it's more variegated in there, usually, the new growth. And look, some of the blooms even made the trip fine. Some of these buds should still open. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna pot these two up together into a cute little pot. And, you know, as they get, I know you're not supposed to have more than one. Somebody told me you're not supposed to have more than one crown or one head, whatever they call it, in a pot, but they're small, so it'll be fine for now. And as they get bigger, I'll separate them. So I didn't know that, but somebody told me, and I thought that was interesting. Let me grab the plant that I picked up for David. Okay, so this is the wax ivy that I snagged for David because it was only $12.98, and he's been saying that he wanted one of these. And my favorite part about this story is that I sent him a picture of it, and I was like, look, babe. And he was like, yeah, that's a really nice one, but like, we don't need to get it in Texas. But I already bought it. So I didn't tell him, but he kind of knew. He kind of figured that I bought it anyway. It was only $12.94, so I thought that was a good price. And look, it literally traveled perfect. It doesn't even look like it traveled at all. It looks exactly the same as it did when I bought it. The soil it's in is terrible. It's for sure hydrophobic, so we're gonna need to repot this, and I'm just gonna pot it up into, I don't know, maybe one of his pots here that he likes, and get it set up near his desk for him. I think it's really cool. It's a succulent, but it looks like ivy. So it's got these like thick succulent-y leaves, but it looks like ivy, and it has some all white leaves in here that will probably die back over time, but there's plenty of green on the plant to sustain it. So that's why I chose this one, and it was nice and bushy, and it was fairly easy to ship because, again, I just did the same thing. I put the floof down to prevent any soil from coming out, tape it down, and then I just wrapped it up with tissue paper. If you guys have ever bought plants from me, that is how I package them when I ship. So I literally packed them up the same exact way and threw them in my suitcase. This one still has her floof taped down so you could see how I did it. So that is everything that I bought that day. And then Tessa gave me, while we were at her house, a little cutting of Hoya Carnoso Wilbur Graves. I think this is the China one, because I was looking to buy a new one, and she was like, take this cutting, and it's really cute. Looks like it wants to start growing too, which is really nice. It actually looks like it's activated in here. I don't know if you can see it. It's very teeny tiny, but this one I just took out of, she had it in like a little plastic cup with moss, so I took it out and just threw it in a plastic bag, taped it up so it's in there with moss. Again, pretty much the same way I would ship a plant, just not with like a Ziploc bag. I usually use like plastic wrap, but you do what you gotta do when you're traveling. So this one was really easy to pack up. I just, again, a little bit of floof, a little bit of tissue paper, and we were good. So the last plant that I snagged while I was in Texas was at the Home Depot, and you guys saw that one already as well, but I just wanted to show you how I packaged it. This one I still have in the tissue paper. So, and I had it all wrapped up with floof, obviously. But I wanted to show you how I packaged this one as well. Same thing as that. I just took the root ball and a little bit of extra soil, made sure that it was moist but not wet, put it in a plastic bag, tied it up so the dirt wouldn't come out, and then I laid the leaves pretty flat for this one because a plant like this is easier to ship as flat as you can get the leaves to lay. And that's pretty much it, and I think it shipped literally perfect. Got a little bit of browning here, but I think that might have already been there. And this is my marble pink princess that I snagged from the Home Depot in Temple, Texas. It has some really gorgeous variegation on it, so you guys know I had to snag it. I only kept this half of the plant. I left the other half with the low variegated pink princess in it for my cousin, and I potted it up for her with some of her pothos cuttings that she had. I made her a nice little mixed basket, and it was cute. This one does have a new leaf that is a little bit stuck, but I didn't want to help it out until I got home. The tip is out. You can see the tip is out, which is good, and the base of it is out. So it's just the middle part here that is stuck a little bit. So I'm just gonna take like a warm paper towel or a cloth and just gently kind of rub on it until it loosens up. So philodendron, Pink Princess, this is the marble one. This is the nicest one I've ever seen in the store. This is the newest leaf, and it's working on another one, and it's got some really gorgeous, look at that pink striping on there. So I have a lot of hope for the genetics on this one. I'm thinking this is gonna be my favorite one. I have two others that I snagged a while back, but they're not doing great, and I'm not exactly sure why. I think I might have waited too long to repot them, so they're kind of regrowing now. A lot of their older leaves have died back. So this one we're not gonna mess up because it is literally stunning. I'm obsessed with this plant. I couldn't leave it behind. I've never seen such a nice one in the store, and you guys totally agreed with me, which I appreciate. You're like, you're not crazy. I would have bought that too. I'm like, I'm traveling with all of these plants, but it turned out completely fine. As you can tell, everything looks great. They were only in a suitcase for probably 24 hours because I did like pack everything up the night before I left, and then I took everything out as soon as I got home. I got home late on Monday evening, so I wanted to film kind of like unboxing my own like plants with you to show you how I did it, but my priority was just to get them out of the suitcase and make sure they were good and then go to sleep. So while I was away though, I did get a little bit of plant mail, not a lot, just a little bit. And I want to show you, I did snag another variegated moon cactus because this one just had some really stunning color. This one I actually got from Laszlo Plants on Plant Store. You guys have seen me unbox Hoya and stuff from them before. I think this one was only like 40 or 45 bucks. Like, it was a steal for this higher variegation and this more like sunbursty variegation. So I have two others. One's kind of purpley, one's more pink that you guys saw me repot if you watched that video into my cute little coffin planter. And now I have this more like rainbowy sunburst one. So now I have three. I'm actually thinking I might pot all three of them up together, but I am enjoying the little coffin setup that I have for right now. So Laszlo Plants, they've got really great prices and they're really nice people. So 10 out of 10, they're out of New Jersey. Recommend checking them out. So that came while I was gone, and then I had, so hear me out. I know I said I wasn't going to order plants from Ecuagenera again, but they're the only ones that actually like have this plant and have it for a good price, and I've been trying to get it from them for so long. It's the one that I wanted when I went to the pop-up. If you guys remember when I went to the Ecuagenera pop-up with Sue and Haley, I did snag a different philodendron, but I went there looking for this one. I just didn't like the specimens that they had available that day, so I didn't get it. And it's been on my wish list for like a year. So it's the philodendron heterocraspedon, and I got this one for only $45 from Ecuagenera. So you could see the name and the price. And you guys know I love a long boy. You know I love a ripply leaf. So this one has obviously been on my list of philodendron that I need in my life. This one actually did something weird here with the midrib split and created this like bubble. Can you see? It's like raised up. It's like it almost looks like a thumbprint. Very strange little mutation. That's not normal. That's not what it's supposed to look like. And as it gets more mature, it gets more ripply and long and gorgeous. It's working on a new one. It looks like it might have a teeny bit of damage, but honestly, at the price that I got this, $45, I feel like that's fine. Like, it'll be fine. I'm confident in this one. It is a very easygoing philodendron. and I'm pretty excited. These smaller leaves look more like Patricia, but I swear it's different. So philodendron, heterocraspedon, absolutely enamored with this plant. Very, very excited. I haven't even like fully taken it out of here yet. This came while I was away, and I just wanted to show it to you guys. So yeah, soil looks like it's still a little moist. So yeah, that is my plant haul from Texas and while I was away. Some of the stuff that came. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed the other plant shopping videos that I did while I was there. It was nice not having to worry about filming and editing too much while I was away. So I feel refreshed and ready to get some more content out there for you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, you should definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. There's a join button down there if you want to be part of the official plant fam. Get yourself some perky perks. I got you. And yeah, if not, there's super thanks button. You guys already know though, the best way to support me and my channel is to shop. The link down below, my plant shop. Lots of cute stuff still hanging out in there. I need to do like a huge clean out of a lot of stuff too, so stay tuned. Make sure you're following me on Instagram so that you don't miss any of my sales over there. And if you watched this whole entire video, you should leave me some beaver emojis and let me know if you've ever been to any of these places. Are you from Texas? Do you live in Texas? Like, I just love hearing that stuff from you. I had so much fun in Texas. The weather was so nice this time of year, and I can't wait to go back. So I love you guys so very much. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are out there in the world. Don't forget to spread kindness. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!